Carey Mulligan, it's just gorgeous to meet you. Welcome to Talk Radio.
Oh, thank you.
I love this movie. Congratulations. But something that got to me is you are, as an actress, quite well known for playing those quite emotionally, internally turmoil type characters. Is this something that you actively look for in a part?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess I'm interested in playing women that feel real. And I definitely have lent more towards drama. But that's largely because those are the characters that I've sort of believed and I've been excited to play. But yeah, I mean, she definitely, it's definitely an emotional role. But I think there's a huge amount of hope in the film, which I think balances that out in a way.
What is it about these sorts of characters that you find just so personally relatable? Is it that kind of hope factor?
Yeah, I think it's that, it's sort of seeing I don't know, there's something so dynamic about Edith, and she has such an incredible story, and her life was so rich, and she was so unusual for a woman of her time because she was so well traveled. She lived in Paris. She was a nurse in the First World War. So there was, she was somebody who really wasn't sort of bound by societal rules and, the early part of her life. I think it's just, we can learn from people like that. And that's not to say that I'm always interested in playing heroes, like quite the opposite. But I think there was, she's someone worthy of a film. She's worth celebrating.
Absolutely. And also one thing that was very noticeable was kind of the resilience of your character and the way she kind of faced up. I won't give too much away for spoilers and everything, but there is a sort of deterioration of, let's say, some factors. Is that resilient factor something that you can personally draw upon?
I mean, I think what it really embodies is kind of the spirit of the nation at that time. I think what is Edith really represents is the sort of feeling among everybody was that this sort of quiet courage, and that it was, people were just so practiced in a way at being stoic and being, sort of knuckling down. And this was a generation of people, a lot of whom had already lived through a world war, and they were seeing another one coming. And I think there was a kind of resilience there, that they, there was a sort of strength and a coming together of people, and yeah, this sort of courageous feeling. So I think that was a side of it that I felt was so lovely to see on screen. Again, I think we can all, we can never be reminded enough of how that generation behaved and dealt with the Second World War.
Because it does kind of put me onto my next question, because we are facing our own crisis at the moment. And I was going to say, do you think that we can learn a lot of things from the attitudes from the characters in the movie?
Yeah, I think definitely. And I think actually, the film resonates in that sense in a way that perhaps it might not have done. But, given that we're living in this at the moment, it's such an extraordinary event in history, and it's it isn't a war, but it does, it is a massive moment of uncertainty and fear. And what I've witnessed is really sort of the best of people, that in the communities have become much tighter. People feel closer to their communities. We're honoring people who are the unsung heroes in society, the key workers, the nurses, the doctors. So I think, in that sense, we are echoing the spirit of people, before the Second World War, and we can just continue to learn from that, I think. But the more we emulate that kind of empathy and coming together, I think the better we can be. I think there's just so much to learn from that generation.
And just very quickly, finally, this film is called The Dig. Have you actually ever had to dig yourself out of a sticky situation on set?
Oh my gosh, that's a good question. I thought you were going to ask me if I'd ever dug up any treasure. I can't think of a sticky situation. I mean, I've talked myself out of sticky situations before in life, but no, I don't think I have. Work-wise, I haven't, but I have genuinely tried to dig for treasure and bought a metal detector about 8 years ago, inspired by the Detectorists. and sort of trawled around the field outside my house trying to find something. I came up with nothing, but it was very fun. I've still got the metal detector actually. I was spring cleaning the other day and I found it and I thought, oh, I might go and give that another whirl.
Might just use that. What else is there to do?
What else? There's nothing else to do. I'm going to go to a beach. You'll find me on the beach with my metal detector.
Like Carey Mulligan just going.
Come on, something.
That a new film, 100% a new film.
There you go.
Let's do it.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
It's been an absolute pleasure talking to you. Thank you so much
too.
for your time, and congratulations, and also congratulations on Promising Young Woman as well.
Thank you very much.